When I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hurts my eyes, and something without warning, love, bears heavy on my mind. Then I look at you, and the world's all right with me. Then I look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day. Lovely, 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 lovely. It's gonna be a lovely day. Lovely, lovely day. When the day that lies ahead of me seems impossible to face, when someone else instead of me always seems to know the way, then I look at you, and the world's all right with me. Then I look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day. I know it's gonna be a lovely day. It's gonna be a lovely day. Oh yes, it's a lovely day. Welcome. It is crazy, crazy, crazy. It's gonna be, just lower this down a little bit, a lovely day. And I've got my backup singers with me. I'm gonna just pull this up while we're here. And for those of you, yeah, welcome to the live stream. Let me just get some things settled down here. Now this is I'm playing a big Unify layer here. And let me see if I can pull this up. It is wonderful. For those of you who are just joining, happy New Year's Eve. And this is Simeon from PraiseTracks.com. And it is an incredible thing to be saying that we are sitting at the beginning of another year, someone said the crossfading of another year. And I know I want to show you, I'm dying to show you what, not dying, but I'm excited to show you what I've got going on here. So let me pull up what we've got going. I've got this, it's something that I've been wanting to share for a long time, but this is a big layer that I've created with Unify, and I'm seeing all of my good friends. This is just going to be a fun time to just hang out, and I'm just going to catch my breath a little bit. So what happened to me the day after Christmas, I woke up Sunday morning and I had a fever of 102, and that thing just kind of hung on for like several days, and it was not COVID, and it was something else going on, and I had started some antibiotics and things, and I just woke up yesterday, and I woke up as like, I feel like myself again, and I wanted to do something. I wanted to get on here and just celebrate and to share, and all of that has been stored up for all of those days. I didn't feel like getting out of bed much, and let alone turning on computers and things. But so all of that's kind of built up, and so yeah, thank you, Jesus, and I'm very, very grateful. Just so grateful. So grateful for everything. But let me get back to Unify. And Donald, it's good to see you. And my prayers are with you and your family. And I see my friend Shane, the mastermind behind coding this amazing plugin and instrument that we call, that's my lyrics. And so this is what I've got going on here. I've got a brand new plugin, brand new instrument from Audio Lounge. Now this is their new Rhodes Affair 3, and it's not due out until tomorrow. Tomorrow's the first day of the year, is when they're going to release this. But for those of you who are familiar with anything Audio Lounge does, they are so into the retro and the 80s sound. Yeah, listen to that. Amazing. So it's got the TX816, that big Yamaha DX7 rack, and then they have their new Rhodes 73 Mark I samples in this Rhodes Affair 3. That's just pure 80s for me. So I've got that as my main piano instrument, and then for my bass, Trillion has got to be my favorite bass plugin. It just doesn't get much fatter than that. It's incredible. I love it. And then we've got the MK Sensation. Now, this is from Gospel Musicians, and this is what gives you that. I know there's a new version available. I'm going to try to get that as soon as I can. It's that really, I'm going to solo. Let me solo this. Yeah. It's that really cool analog type of feel. Just some fun stuff, but all of this is in hosting right here in Unify, and for the drums. Now this is something that I've just always. I've not been able to let go of this completely, and that is Groove Agent. I started Groove Agent with Sven Bornmark with the very first version of Groove Agent. He actually sent me the CD-ROM in the mail. The first one that he sent was frozen and had crystallized in shipment, and so he had to send me another one. And so the Groove Agent 3 is the last version of Groove Agent, and unfortunately it's not supported anymore, but I just can't let go of it. And that is what's providing all of these cool grooves and feels, and it's just a fun plugin. I hope they can come back and get come back to something like this, because it's just so quick and easy to pull up a groove and just start playing. So that's what I've got going. And the pièce de résistance. I wanted to have some background vocals to do that bridge part, the Lovely Day bridge part. And so I just thought about this last night. How could I do this in Unify? And so Shane had kind of turned me on to the audio file player in Unify. So what I did, I created another instance of Unify, and I just created the audio file player, and I recorded myself singing the Lovely Day backup part. And now, so what happens now when I trigger it, I just hit the keyboard on my nano controller here, or the nano key. See, I've got it just sitting right here, and I've got the keys mapped way down low. And so now when I just hit this, okay, let's see. Oh, I've got it muted. Let me see. Let me just close this, and oh, I've got it soloed. Here we go. Now let me show you what we can do. So now when I hit a key here, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day. It's gonna be lovely. Now I've got to start it in time, and that's the tricky part. But that lets me do all of this stuff at the same time, which is such fun. And let's just have some more fun with this, and we're going to get into some other things. There's so much, and that's the thing. There's so much that I want to cover, I want to do, and I just want to just be able to spend this time with you guys. Home, Happy New Year, and Pi Talks, Happy New Year. Wow, Happy New Year to everybody. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm just going to kick this off again, and then you can kind of see what's going on. Let's just have some more fun with this. Yeah. Okay. Do I've got it soloed? What do I've got going on here? Okay, let's go back here. Let's see what happened to Groove Agent. Okay, yeah, see, I've got it. Yeah. So here we go. Let's just... Okay, now it's synced with the transport. And now let's see what we can do here. Yeah, that trillion, man, it's just... When the year ahead of me seems impossible to face, and someone there in front of me always seems to know the way, then I look at you and the world's all right. Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day. Lovely, 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 lovely. It's gonna be a lovely day. Lovely. Yeah, it's gonna be a lovely day. Yeah, that Rhodes Affair 3, It's just got that. Yeah, and Urs and the guys at Audio Lounge just sent that to me this morning, and I just had to kind of give you a sneak peek of that. Okay, so let's see if we can get started with some fun, other fun things on the agenda today. Man, thank you guys. I want to thank you for all the support over this past couple of years. It's been up and down, and I know all of us have had our share of, it's the roller coaster. It's the roller coaster of life that we're all riding together. And, it's been very interesting, to say the least. One of the things while I was sick is that I got an email from Strezov Sampling, and they released, I hope I'm always hoping I'm pronouncing names correctly. Oh man, PyTalks, yeah. Especially Unify works especially well with Contact. For some reason, the way it handles the CPU loading and that type of thing, it really handles it well. And in fact, sometimes that's what I'll do a lot of times with. And someone asked about Tokyo Strings. Yes, and I actually did a live stream last week that if you look down, you'll see the replay. There was something that happened in the middle of the stream, and I'm going to try to recover and maybe touch base on that again. But in that live stream replay, you'll see that I had 5 instances of Contact running inside of Unify to get that string ensemble. It's very efficient in handling that. But while I was kind of convalescing, I got an email about Strezov Sampling's a felt piano that they just released. Now they have 2 versions. They have a free version of this and a pro version. And I reached out to see if I can get a pro version. And I know with the holidays and stuff, I know that probably wasn't possible right now, but I'm hoping that to get a look at the full version of this. But I want to just show you the free version. See, and it's a free Contact player instrument, which is great. It's great when companies do this, that users that don't have the full version of Contact, they can get some of these really cool free piano libraries and not have to have the full version of Contact. And what that allows them to do later on is to upgrade to the full version of Contact, especially during the summer sales and Christmas sales. And that's what I did. I was able to do that several years ago, and that has been the best. That I think is about the best route to get to the full version of Contact, is to do that cross grade from a free Contact player library. So let's take a look at the felt sealer here, and here we go. There you go. Now everyone has their own take on what a felt piano should sound like and feel like, and I've just had a few minutes, with this, but let's just kind of get, it's just got an unusual tone and texture to it. Let me just pull up the volume some more. Here we go. And this is just the first patch out of the box. There's a lot of stuff going on. And let me do this. I'm going to make sure that I've got I'm going to make sure that I do have the best default patch loaded. So I'm just going to drag this over here. And you see a lot of things over here. There's just so much going on over here that we're going to try to get to. But you know how it is. Here we go. Let's try this again. Wow. And you've got the soft pedal too. When you put the soft pedal down, it does something else. Wow. Now I want to see. So, it seemed like it sustains a little more down here. Yeah, and you hear all those wild noises. And then we've got these really cool layers. We've got warmth. And this is the free version, so I can imagine that there are less velocity layers and maybe the sample splits and things, but it just to give you a taste of what you can do. That's nice and rich. Now let's listen to the, they've got an ache. And then there's a loneliness layer. And let's hear that. It almost sound like strings of some kind. And then of course we can combine these. So I've got all three of them turned on, and let's take a listen. As we come to the end of another year, we're all just sitting here, thinking of the days gone by. Here, at the beginning of another year, we look ahead, look ahead into the unknown. We've not been this way before. The steps have not been taken yet. We've not walked this path before. But we stretch out our hand and hope to find yours waiting for us there. At the end of another year, we look back at all the things that have passed, the good and the bad things. Here, at the beginning of another year, we look ahead to what could be and should be and might be and hope to be and hope to be right here, right now, in the beginning of another year. You just see where things can take you. That's why I don't call these live streams reviews. I just call them adventures and journeys. And you come along with me, and we all come along in this thing together. That's what makes them special for me. And I never know what's going to happen. But I'm glad when it does. Okay. Wow. Amazing. Beautiful. So let's keep looking at some of this. So it's wonderful. Okay, so we've got these different effects over here, and you can see that I turned on the convolution. I'm going to turn these other effects off so we can just kind of hear. And we can just choose like different cathedrals, different spaces over here, museum. And we've got filters and delays. And so they give you some options to shape some things. Wow, yeah, okay, so some of you guys are getting really close, closer than we are. So most of you are either hours ahead or hours behind, wherever you are in the world. And Harvard, you guys are getting ready. You're getting close. So yeah, so we're in this. We're all on. We're all on this ball together. And it's an incredible thing. So we have all these different options and things going on. And the snapshot is absolutely your friend when you are experimenting with all of these different settings and that type of thing. And you want to save those. And so I created like a snapshot that I called Far Away when I just kind of was messing around. Yeah. Just something that sounds really far away, just kind of experimenting. And yeah. So that's a really, really beautiful and different. It's got a little different tone, a little different feel than a lot of the felts. And I think we are close to reaching maximum felt. I think they felted just about everything they can felt, but I think each one comes with its own special approach, and that's what makes them so nice. So let's see what we're doing. Just want to make sure everything's going good and everybody's happy. All the lights are happy, and everybody's happy. We're as happy as we can be on a beautiful Friday. Well, and it's amazing. It's like 60 some degrees here where I am, which is really kind of crazy for December. Okay, so got a question. So what developers are you looking forward to for 2022? It's really hard because it's I don't know. I don't, because they surprise you as soon as you think that you figured everything out. And I don't really have too much of an inside track of what's coming out. Sometimes I'll get notified like the day of, or maybe a few days before. But just, you know, a lot of the developers, they're really like working down in the bunkers, and they've got these long-term plans that they've got. And I get surprised. And when I get surprised, I get excited. When I get excited, I want to see if I can get a copy of the library or the instrument, and I can jump on here and share it with you. That's how this goes. So I see it, or one of you see it, and you tell me about it. Then I say, okay, I contact whoever it is, and I said, hey, listen, I heard that you've got this. Would you be willing to send me a copy to play through on the channel? And they'll say yes or no, and I'll say hooray, or I'll say and then I'll share it. I mean, I want to share it. It's amazing. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, in the chat, go ahead and tell us what developers you're looking forward to. That's a good thing. Um, I think that's a good question to ask. Um, yeah, I am feeling much better, and I did a little preview of Roads Affair 3 at the beginning, so it's really cool, and so we might be able to do a little bit more at another, just to learn more about it, and be able to share more as I get more finger time with it, spend some more time with it. But nice, beautiful, rich instrument. So thank you, and it's good to see you. Very good to see you. Yeah. So what are you looking forward to? What are you looking forward to in 2022? What are your, you know, what would you like to see happen? You know, I would just love. I don't know. I'm just amazed. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Chris, SoundPaint. Yeah, SoundPaint was something that just sort of had been in development for many years, and then all of a sudden, here it is. And they say that they have over 100 instruments that are ready to be released, and they've been releasing them consistently every week. So, and that's something that I'm going to try to do more often, is have a SoundPaint corner where I'll feature like the latest instruments that they've released, so we can kind of keep up with that. That's good. Okay, yeah, Steve, I do have SoundPaint, and let me see. Let me see if I can. I've got so much loaded here. Um, Let me see if I can do this. And well, yeah, I've got a couple of videos that I've done on SoundPaint, and let me see. Uh, Let me see something. Yeah, I can replace the synth here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'll just pull up. I'll just pull it up. I'll see if I can pull it up here. Do 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 do. And that's what's so fun about being on live. That so I agree. The 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 thing that got me in the initial instruments were was the guitar, the Rhodes and the guitar. And let me just see if I can pull those up. Um, I'll pull the jazz guitar up, the ballad. that's just the guitar. And then the and this is kind of a fun a fun. This is the drum, the Brass drum corps. It's a custom instrument. And there's so many patches. So the keyboards here, this is the suitcase, and my favorite patch on that is that that's a really cool. Rhodes pianos. We've got yeah. Now this is the new C7 prepared that Shane had mentioned. And you see this morph is engaged. That means that it's taking the sound from the source one, and it's morphing it and interpolating it into source two, and you can adjust between that, and you can actually automate that or modulate that. So it becomes less of a piano and more synthy and really cool. Let's see. You've got a bowed. And let's see, this is like an arpeggiator. Here's the arpeggiator here. So there's so many cool things. So this is the Knox. It's really interesting. You got so many different things going on. Let's just see a couple more. Incredible sound possibilities here. Let's just see what else we can do over here. They've got some custom design. Yeah, they've got a couple of free things. Okay. Yeah, so they've got the pop instrument here. So this is another instrument from a custom instrument builder. It's where he's got these tubes, these PVC tubes, and he just pops and he's sampled these. I gotta find out the key. I'm gonna find it here. Yeah, little popcorn going on there, and you've got to go to the website and check out the. And I'm going to try to get all these links in the description. Um, yeah, it's a lot of fun, a lot of fun. Now, one of the cool things about these, I'm going to put on the gems now, the hidden gems uh, with the piano, the free piano that they have, the 1928 Steinway. They have a special, what they call gems, where they combine different packages together. Now, this is like a rainforest type. Listen to that. It's just the cool ambiances. Thank you, Philip. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate that. And Eves, it's good to see my friend. And wow. And Fred, good to see you. Good to see all of you guys. And the brass. Well, let's just see if I can find. Oh, okay. So you know what? I got it, but I haven't loaded it in. Uh, so yeah, I'm busting at the seams with my storage, so I'm trying to shuffle some things around. One of the really cool things, yeah, sitting over here, I've got. I kind of wish I could show it to you, but I've got a new silent bass 802 from beQuiet. Has just been a fantastic supporter over the years. They helped me to put together my first system, giving me a case and that type of thing. But this time they just went overboard. I've got a new one of their new silent cases, one of the all-in-one loop systems, and some really cool RGB fans. And I'm going to be rebuilding my system. The reason I chose beQuiet was that they allow you to invert the motherboard, so that allows you to have the window on the opposite side, because my CPU is over here, and if the window was on the traditional side, it would be going against this wall. This way, inverted, I can have access to it freely. So can't wait to share that new build with you. I love it, and thank you, beQuiet, for the great support, and the new RGB fans, the light wings. They are really interesting. So let's see. Oh wow. Oh okay, yeah. You know what? It's. I think that's the first time I ever played it. I just kind of hear it, and my wife and I would have these popcorn breaks, and so every time we would pop some corn, we would have our ALEXA device play popcorn, and so that was a lot of fun. So I've heard it quite a few times. Most everything I hear it, I experience it. It's stored up in here, and all it takes is a certain sound or tone, and I find it just coming through here. Okay, so you know what? We are freestyle here. This is you guys. This is chat and play, and I want to just spend this time with you, and so thank you for sending these questions. This is great, and then there's some things that I'm going to continue to cover, but it's great to be able to answer your questions while we're here. So I've had the SL88 Grand since July of 2020, and to me, for the price, it is one of the best weighted keyboards that I think that you can purchase. Now, there is a difference between getting a true piano hammer action. So there are a few compromises that have had to be made with the SL88 Grand, that it's not 100% a one-to-one piano action. And so to get something like that, you would have to go up to like a Kawai VL-PC controller, or even one of the Roland controllers. I think the Roland A88 and the VPC from Kawai, I think those really are closer to if you really are looking for a one-to-one piano action, I think that would be closer to what you were looking for, because they have the escapement where like the piano, when you push down a key a certain distance and you push it again, you have a breakthrough. So it's to mimic that action, that escapement action. Also, the keys may be a little bit shorter than a traditional keyboard, piano keyboard, but for what I have here in this SL88, I really enjoy it. The dynamic range, as far as velocity sensitivity, I can play very soft, like with this. Let me pull up the. Okay, I'm really going to get into deep water here. So, oh man, let me just pull up. Let me pull up Hammers and Waves. I'm going to pull up Hammers and Waves here, and just kind of show you what we're doing. So Hammers and Waves, I'm going to just pull up like the default Modern Grand. And let me unmute this. So the thing that I really fell in love with the SL88 was that I can play very soft. So it will generate the softest dynamic, and I can take it all the way up to the hard. And that's the key. No pun intended, but with piano libraries, that is the key, is the getting that velocity sensitivity dialed in with your piano, whatever piano, virtual piano you're using. But see, I can just play that soft. And I can just go right back down. And I see they fixed a bug. When I reviewed this originally and with the developer, it was like when I would do those types of things. And there we go. man, see, and there we go. I go right into another. Yeah, you never know. You never know where you're going to go, where we're going to go together. So Pytox, this is just I don't know. It's just comes from just I call it the conservatory of life. You know, I started playing when I was around 5 years old in my local church. There was a blind gentleman in our church that played piano, the organ. He tuned pianos. He played banjo, guitar. He was just a fabulous musician. And so at church during, of course, he would play for the services and different things. And as a young 5-year-old, that's where I'm putting it. I would just go up and I would sit right next to him on the bench. And it was like the music, and that called me. It just called me. I was drawn to it. And then later I found my parents had one of those digital, those organs with the fan inside of them, with the chord buttons on the one side. And so I took that up. And there was a little altar against the wall near where the piano and organ were, and I sat there and I played along. And so, man, my sister was just talking about that. They actually texted me a picture of one of those old Magnus chord organs, and it brought back a lot of memories. And it's just incredible how things that I hear, the musical experiences that I've had, the individuals that I've been able to play for. I traveled for years growing up, playing for our local church quartet, Southern gospel music. Then, and then I was able to eventually go throughout the world. I remember being in the Philippines playing for over 500,000 people that were at this meeting, this service that we were playing at. And what an amazing thing. That is why experiencing music, playing with others, is something that is just, you can't duplicate that. You can't fake that. And it is something that just will put things inside of you that you'll carry through. That's what comes through these fingers. The other fun thing is that all of the classical stuff, you're learning, that what I was doing there. It's Warner Brothers, the school of Warner Brothers and MGM. I was just so exposed to the classical music through those Bugs Bunny and Warner Brothers and MGM cartoons, the Tom and Jerry thing, I was exposed to all of that, and I would hear something as I was growing up, and I would play it. And of course, as I grew, of course, things got much better. But yeah, it's just incredible. So let's see if we've got any more questions. And I saw yours about the RD100, and yes, see, now that's the thing. It's been a few years ago, but I saw one of the supernatural Roland pianos that had the true ivory feel and the hammer action, and with one of their supernatural pianos loaded, and I sat down and played that in the store, and it was like, oh my gosh, this is just like sitting at a real piano, because it had that feel and the sound and everything. So yeah, so if you are looking for that absolutely true one-to-one piano feel, man, the Roland, the digital Roland pianos, or the Kawai VPC, absolutely, those are the premium. But the VPC is like $1,900. The Roland is closer. The Roland is actually closer to the SL88. The SL88, I think you can get around mid to 900 to 1,000, I think, US. So, okay, yeah, one of the memories, yeah, Butch. So, yeah, you mentioned about my AFV appearance. That was a memory for 2021. It was like one of the things that I had always wanted to do eventually is to be on AFV, America's Funniest Home Videos, and Easter Sunday 20, no, it was 20, it was, I guess it was 2021. See, I'm all messed up. So I think it probably was 2021, but what an amazing, it was so funny. I got stung by a bee while I was mowing the lawn. Boom, there it was. And so my wife took the camera and like, there we go. So yeah, okay, yeah, that RD 1000, yeah, it was about $9,000. So that's the thing, 1984. That's how we've come, or is because the technology has just brought things to such more manageable way financially. Sometimes it's amazing. Okay, so let's just do some more flashbacks of 2021, 2022, 2022. Oh man, yeah. See, I'm all mixed up, but it'll be okay. It's going to be okay. And you know what? It's okay not to be okay sometimes. Okay, so what we're going to do, one of the interesting things that came about in this past year, I'm going to pull up the website here. You know, Spitfire never disappoints with doing their crazy stuff. And you know, this is the last day of their winter sale. I'm going to see if I can find what we're doing here. Okay, I'm just going to search for it. There we go. So this is something, the stack. Now this was something kind of crazy that they all do every once in a while, especially like during the Black Friday sale. So usually the apertures are something that you can get free when you purchase something, and then they never offer it again. This is the first time that they've offered one of the apertures for sale even after the sale. So you still could have gotten it free if you had purchased a certain amount during that Black Friday, but you can still get it. And I wanted to just kind of share a few things from it while we were here, just to kind of wrap up, just kind of put a bow on it, so to speak. So it was where they just put all these amps. I think they actually broke a world record with this. Let's see here. Unmute it. And here we go. Let's just kind of play through some of these presets. Now this is Dave, and Dave is the Colossus. It's a colossal analog synth. The thing about the Aperture is that when it's closed, it's very simple textures, and then the more you push it, the more amps are engaged, and the bigger the sound gets. So let's just kind of play with this a little bit. I'm in the key of E. I guess I started with Lovely Day in E. Let me see if I can change the key. Yeah, that sounds good. Now I'm going to just push up this. extra reverb on there if we want to. Let's try one of the other articulations here. So you've got the different synths and sources here. Oh, okay. That's coming from, where is that coming from? Yeah, that's coming from Dave. So this is distant waves. Crazy. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so how does it layer with Abbey Road 2? We might see in a few minutes. Interesting. There's some really interesting things going on here, and we've got some different motion things. Interesting. And then we have like the Deckard's Dream, which is based on a recreation of a CS80, the Yamaha CS80 that Vangelis used quite a bit. Gems. I just want this. Okay, now let's see if we can do this. So what I've done, I've got, I want to keep these linked though somehow. So I've got the SoundPaint here. Oh, just be careful, my precious. That's close to a sound that he would use for that. That's what kind of fired that. that's the pulses. See, that's the magic, the power of layering things and springboarding from one sound to another. This sound, the Aperture sound, that just triggered this other, so it just builds on itself. Wow. Hey, just plain folks, yeah, I would be willing to give you some help, and you can use the email that is in the about section on the channel, and just reach out that way and see what I can do. I'm always willing to help when I can. Okay, so Pi Talks, no, this is not just with Unify. So what I've done here, I've got this in Cakewalk by BandLab. I've been using Cakewalk since the late 90s, like 97, 98. And so all I did here, because it was just like on the fly. Now I could do it in Unify, but what I did, I just took the instrument track here. I had the SoundPaint track loaded in track 2, and then Aperture was here in track 7. But what I can do, I can just say, click on this echo, input echo here, and I can click the input echo on this track. And so now, when I play MIDI, both of those tracks are getting triggered. So it's like merging the MIDI into both of those tracks. So that's how I can do a quick and dirty layer on something like that. But that's always fun. And that's the thing I love to use Unify for, is it makes it so quick to put those layers together in a really cool way. Okay, so let's just check out a couple more of these. Swarm, and this is still using the CS80 Deckard's Dream. Okay, these are swarms. Okay, so what happens is you hold it down. Let's check this one out. Just different things happening here. Okay, and let's just check out the guitars. They brought in a bunch of guitar players. Oh man. I have climbed the highest mountain, and I have run through the fields only to be with you, only to be with you. That's the first thing that came to my mind. Wow, those fat guitars. And I still haven't found what I'm looking for. And let's see what we've got here. But I still haven't found what I'm looking for. we go. It's nuts. It's nuts. But how cool. So that's just a quick look at the stack. Aperture stack, incredible, fun, and it's cool that they were able to keep it alive. And this is the thing. I guess they had to keep it on sale because it was such a huge undertaking to pull that off with everything that they had. Okay, so Eves asks a good question. So, are you still looking for a way to share MIDI files? And yes. Now, let me show you. Let me kind of show you what I've been doing. And let's see. Yeah, it popped up behind me here. So I want to show you something that I've been working on or been trying to do. And this is going to come in the new year. I'm going to try to start memberships, and so it's a way that you can help support the channel, and it's a way that it will allow me to maybe do some more things. You know, a lot of companies do not provide NFRs, not for resale copies, and you know that's what helps. Really, that's what helps keeps me going. Because they are so generous in supplying those. Sometimes it's not possible. Sometimes, you know, companies don't, the channel may not be a good fit, but for whatever reason. And that's really, water break. So another thing about that's something you guys can help me with as well. So if there is a company or instrument that you're interested in, and you know, let me know, and then also let the company know that you'd like to see it on the channel. That way, that just kind of helps support that. But what I've been doing, I've been trying to figure out a way to capture what I play live during the videos, and to be able to put those together and be able to give them to you to be able to use to learn and that type of thing. So what we've got is I've been using a program called Coyote MIDI. Oh, come on. Where are you? Pop back up here. There you go. So Coyote MIDI started as a public beta, and it's still in that development process, and you can actually get this yourself. One of the things that attracted me to it the most is the retroactive recorder, or I guess that's what that's what I guess I call it right now, a retrospective. I think Cubase has something like that, that it listens to you. This is listening all the time in the background, and you can see everything that, all those little blocks of piano roll types of things, those are MIDI files. Those are MIDI files that I can drag and drop into Cakewalk on the desktop, and that's capturing everything that I'm playing. And so what I'm going to be able to do is take those, hopefully, and just put those in a special container for members, and you'll be able to have access to those. So that's a lot of fun. And one of the other cool things I use this for is that I use the mix face. These buttons are sending MIDI control signals. So what I'm going to do, I'll just show you what. Okay, so see that? Oh, well, you can't see that, but you saw what happened when it switched. It switched scenes. So I'm using this to send keystrokes to OBS. So if it sees CC90 on this first button, it's going to send an F13 keystroke. And so F13 keystroke tells OBS, I want you to show the opening screen. There we go. See, that's what happens when I do that. And so I've got it set up to show different things. So when I'm on the main screen, if I hit this last button, it's going to roll my lower thirds here. And then if I hit this button, it's going to say, if it's your first time here, go ahead and subscribe and hit the notifications. And then it's illuminated, so I know that source is still on, so I'll just make sure that that's off. So it's a very powerful tool that I love using, and then it just is recording and looking at all of these cool things. Because sometimes I'll get an idea, I'll be playing, and I won't be thinking about it. But then it's captured here. And so what happened? This is originally happened. No, I don't want to exit. I'll just minimize this. So this first started with Piano Tech. Piano Tech had a retrospective recorder, and so when you would, when you're in the standalone version of Piano Tech, it will listen and it will save the MIDI files. And I've got a collection of pieces that I call Heart Sketches. I'm going to start releasing those on the digital music services. And all of these are just piano improvisations where I've just sat down with Piano Tech and just kind of sat through and played and captured these things and then converted those into some audio. And so it's a lot of fun. Okay, so be watching for memberships and Discord. Now, I'm thinking about starting a Discord channel where a certain level of members can have access to the Discord server to ask questions and to exchange files and that type of thing. So all of those things that I'm thinking about. And I would love to have your input and feedback on what you would love to see, what types of videos and what types of things that you would like to see, what things you would need. And if I can do it, I will find a way to, because I want to be here for you guys, and it's just such an honor and a privilege to do that. So I almost missed something here. I think we are really going. So it's been a great time. So okay, so the other thing that I want us to look at from Spitfire real quick. Yeah, still haven't found what I'm looking for. Let's go back to Spitfire here for a second. And let's just see. Okay. Oh, 30 minutes. Okay, Chris, we're getting close here. Okay, so sometimes the web browsers and stuff kind of get a little crazy. Now, this was something that Spitfire sort of surprised us with. Okay, yeah, see, that's the thing. I want to find it. I want to find it here. So let's go to strings, because that's what we're going to try to. Okay, we got Abbey Road 1. But here we go, Abbey Road 2. And this was kind of a surprise. And it says 150 here, and it's because that I've got some other things going on. And I've got other Spitfire libraries in my account, and so that's why it adjusts the price. But if you have, if you have intimate strings up until January 6th of 2022, you get 25% off the full price of Abbey Road 2. So that's kind of cool. And Intimate Strings is one of my favorite original string libraries. But this is Abbey Road 2 strings, where they've taken a quintet into Studio 2. I've really not had a lot of time to play with this much, but we're gonna just go for it here and see what happens. And because I always want to just try to share these fun things when I can. So here we go. Let's just see. So this is the professional, and honestly, I really don't know why they just didn't just say Abbey Road 2, and that's it. Because if you will want these additional articulations and. sound is up front. It's right in your face, and because that is the key of that second studio. It's dry, it's up front. So this has all the sections, the ensemble. It's got all of the things kind of just laid across here. Let's see. I'm going to see. Yeah. Now this is the ensemble designer. Now this is what I think is so cool. So when you have multi-voice off, you have. Let's see. You've got things split at a different point. Let me just pull up something here. Dun, 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 dun. Let me just pull up the all-in-one again. Let's just load this up again. And it's pretty big. This patch here, wow, 3.52 gigabytes. Okay, so they've got this kind of split in a different way. Oh, yeah, because it's the full ensemble playing. Yeah, that's in it. And then you've got violin 1, violin 2. You can set the range, violas, and that type of thing. And let's go back to the articulations. That's the spiccato. You hear how it kind of. So let's pull up the longs. And I'm used to double clicking. Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah, I double clicked the thing, and it loads. So here we go. Because we've got 1.94, 2 gigs of memory. This is pretty big because I guess I'm loading all these articulations in. Now this is still the ensemble. Just very close. And then you still have all of the. Now let me see about. Okay, so when you click on the controls here, you don't have control over vibrato on the. It's got a very interesting tone for sure. So this is the SoundPaint. Positioning on closer to the bridge and different things, it gives you different overtones. And then of course, I've assigned like the first slider on my mix face to CC11, and the second slider to CC1, and then the third slider to CC21, I think, which is the vibrato control, which we'll hopefully get to take a look at. And you've got trills. And minor seconds. And just straight tremolos. And then flautando, which is a very delicate. Means flute, like a flute-like. Okay, and someone, I think, let's see. Okay, so PyTalks, let's just pull up, and I'm gonna just do the same thing that I did earlier, because this flautando is really nice. I'm gonna pull up the stack, and let's go to that really nice long, that facsimile. So now this is the facsimile. Now let's layer it with Abbey Road 2. So you got the flautando and that Colossus synth. Let's have some fun. Let's see what we can do. Let's do the let's go back to the all-in-one, because it's kind of fun, because that stack kind of helps to fill in a little bit of that stuff. And that's one use for Abbey Road 2, is that you can get that upfront sound, and then you can use a bigger, maybe a bigger section, and kind of blend those together. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just using a lot of memory and a lot of resources. And you hear the stack coming in. So it's all about painting and colors and different things. You can do all kinds of crazy things. Let's just check out a couple more. Oh, okay. So let's I want to see. Yeah. So you get a great choice of ensemble types of things, but then you get the individual instruments. So I'm going to pull up the live patch for violin 1, and let's take a listen to that. And again, thank you guys for joining me so much. It's so appreciative. Hey Shane, yeah, you gotta eat. And Happy New Year, my friend. And I'll see you soon, real soon. Thanks so much. So the live patch responds to your velocity. So you can see when I go through the dynamic layers here, you can hear the tone and the dynamic change. Yeah, so the velocity determines the kind of articulation that you're playing. So it's really nice and expressive. So let's go back. Marius, good to see you. Happy New Year from Munich. Good to see you. So let's go to the legato. That's something that's very interesting. Okay, I think we might still be loading things. Okay, I need to connect the notes, yeah. So you've got this the slurred and the portamento type of legato. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Yeah. Okay, so here you can hear it slurred, just slurred. Or you can hear the portamento, and those are all key switchable. Yeah, so sometimes you can do that. Okay, let's just take a listen to like the cello, and let's do the live patch. Oh man. So that is just full of beautiful emotion. The other thing about Abbey Road 2 is that you have just a tremendous selection of different mic positions, and these are mics that are legendary at Abbey Road. Just an incredible collection of just beautiful mics. You also have some of their convolution reverbs from their studio plates, from the absolutely the same plates that were used in the most iconic recordings of the 60s and 70s. You have them here. So it's just a really beautiful collection of instruments of this sound. It's capturing almost like a moment in time, so to speak, with the way that they've recorded these strings like this. And I can't wait to see, because surely this is not the only thing that they're going to give us. So this is just the vintage one mic setup here. Let's try the mix one and take a listen to what that sounds like. There we go. Give it to me. There we go. So there we go. And I just see that memory counter going. So we're at 1.4 gigabytes. Yeah, isn't it crazy that we're talking about gigabytes instead of megabytes? And yeah, we're still loading. I'm just going to wait till it kind of settles down there. Yeah, we're at 2 gigs. So these are very rich and detailed. That's why you really need a lot of memory. I've got 64 gigs on the system here. And this has got the studio plate in there, which makes it so cool. So you've got a lot that you can play with. Okay, wow. We've been going for a little while here. And Ian, good to see you. And yeah, there we go. Good to see you. And so let's, man, if there's any more questions, just kind of pop those in the chat, and I'll see if we can get to those. But I want us to kind of head for home here. Let's see, here we go. And I mentioned hammers and waves before. That's what, that is a very cool collection of pianos, different pianos. I think it's a C3 grand, beautiful upright. You got a Rhodes, you got a Wurlitzer, you've got different types of other keyboards, like a, oh man, I forget what you call it, but it's like a like a Celeste, yeah, like a type of Celeste. Dulcitone, yeah, you've got a Dulcitone in there as well. But I thought we would just kind of go back to hammers and waves just a little bit. And this is what it looks like there. Oh, here we go. Yeah. And it's not officially New Year's here yet, so I think I can get by with maybe doing one more Christmas song to kind of close out the year. And this has kind of been on my heart for a while, because there's so many things that have been going on in our world. Sometimes it seems like that all you can see is just the negative and the dark and the gloomy. But I'm telling you, you've got to listen for the bells. And when I was thinking about this, it's like the movie Polar Express, where everybody could hear those bells ringing except the boy. And the boy was having a hard time. He was having a hard time. He was struggling with hanging on and believing. He couldn't hear the bells. We've got to focus on the light, on the good. We only pass this way but once, and if there is any good we can do, let's do it now. Let's do it now. Let's do it while we can. Don't pass up a moment to encourage someone, to give someone a good word, to help somebody. If you can, if you can do it, do it. Do it. Man. Let's see. We'll get this going. Man. And my good friend Rob from Westwood, God bless you. Happy New Year, you guys. If you haven't checked out their Lost Piano, it's a must. It's one of the highlights of 2021 for me. Happy New Year, my friend. We've got to hear the bells. I heard the bells on Christmas Day, their old familiar carols play, and mild and sweet the song repeat of peace on earth, goodwill to men. Heard the bells on Christmas Day, their own familiar carols play, and mild and sweet the words repeat of peace on earth, goodwill to men. But in despair, I bowed my head. There is no peace on earth, I said, for hate is strong and mocks the song of peace on earth, goodwill to men. Then rang the bells more loud and deep. God is not dead, nor does he sleep. The right shall prevail, the wrong shall fail. The wrong shall fail, the right prevail, with peace on earth, goodwill to men. Oh, the wrong shall fail, the right prevail, with peace on earth, goodwill to men. Happy New Year. Happy 2022. Wherever you are in the world, let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let it begin with me. David, good to see you. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Happy 2022. Thanks for joining me. And I look forward to seeing you on the other side of this transitional period into a brand new year. And we will see you soon.